Well, hello everybody, Lazerbolt here, and welcome to Friday Night Flights, where we get together every Friday night and do a little flying around and check out the world. And yeah, tonight we are taking off. We're still in Malaysia, the island nation here, flying around. Our final destination of the evening tonight will be a little island called Ambron Island, and that is just to the west of Papua New Guinea. So Papua New Guinea next week, but this will be our last night in Indonesia. So hopefully everybody's having a good week and a good Friday night, and you can sit down and relax and enjoy us. Come and grab yourself a drink and a snack. We're going to be taking off in about 3 minutes. Looks like we got a good group of pilots here. Got myself, Lazerbolt. We got Wingnut Bob behind me, and Mr. Newbie, and Longhorn Ram. And I think I saw, yep, over there, we got Mia Scully. Right on. It's good to see all the pilots here. Tonight, we're going to be climbing to 10,000 feet each leg. We got 3 legs in the flight plan tonight. Climb up to 10,000 feet, and that should be good enough. Keep us out of the mountains. There's not too many mountains to worry about, but at least one of the legs has a pretty decent mountain range going on. All of our airports tonight are relatively large, or at least large enough for us, and it should be a good time. Yeah, I'm unfortunately not seeing Mia Scully. She must be in an aircraft that I've never used before. We've run into that issue before. The game does have some weird multiplayer kind of stuff, but we can see the name tag. We know she's with us, and it should be a good time. 3 minutes. Our first leg will be at a heading of 158 degrees. Count on that, 158 degrees. We're going to climb to 10,000 feet, turn to 158, and we're going to try to maintain 250 knots for each leg. That should be easy enough. So hopefully everybody had a good week. Nobody got swept away with bad weather or nothing like that, huh?
No, but Wingnut jinxed us because we're supposed to be like 85 next week.
Well, we ain't got nothing like that.
I had 72 here today, and believe it or not, Monday morning we're going to be like 21 degrees. So,
oh, jeez.
Yeah, you're getting some of that we're getting right now. Last week it wasn't too bad. We had a couple days that was warm, and by warm I mean it was like 40 to 50 degrees, and that's pretty nice around here. But nope, not this week. This week was it's right back to being wintertime around here now.
yeah, I think it's coming down from your area, coming all the way down south now.
Yeah, it's been snowing and blowing for a couple days now. All night last night it snowed like crazy, and today it's just windy as hell. But hey, it's Michigan, man. That happens. When spring hits, it's going to be real nice. I can't wait.
Yeah, we got 3 days of that cold spell, and then we're right back in the 70s again.
I heard over in California it's pretty hot right now. They're talking like it's going to be in the hundreds this week sometime.
Not for us. I mean, we're supposed to be 86, 87, like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, right on.
Arizona's supposed to be hitting the hundreds. And
good deal.
even Tucson was forecast to hit 100, I think, Monday or Tuesday, and if they do, it'll be the first time they ever hit 100 in March, which I've seen 100 in March in Phoenix, but never Tucson.
Right. Well, gentlemen, we're going to get ready to go here any minute now. As soon as it hits 10 after the hour, we're going to be up in the air. So check your flaps, check your gauges. Make sure you've got the flight plan loaded in. Like I said, we're turning to a heading of 158 degrees. So our buddy Warthog that's usually with us, he says he cannot make it tonight. He's a busy guy, but that's cool. And, he's wondering if we're going to cross over to Australia next week. Actually, no. This will be our last night in Indonesia, but next week we're going to be in Papua New Guinea. So that's a whole different beast right there. That should be a good time. And our buddy Captain Hopper saying greetings. Wait, that's not Captain Hopper. That's Captain somebody else. Who we got here? That is Captain Atlas. Greetings. Hey, Captain Atlas. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Friday. Guys and girls, it is 10 after the hour. Let's go ahead and get these birds up in the air. And we can see our other buddy, Crow Air, joining us. That should be a good time. Okay, everybody. Lazerbolt is spooling up. Let's get rolling. Looks like Crow Air is just in time to do a nice little flyby. I can't quite tell what he's in yet, but it looks like maybe the A400. Either that or the, was that a C-17? One of the two. One's a jet, one's not.
Yeah, he's in the jet version. So is that the C-17?
Yeah, the Globemaster, I think it's called. Right on. Greetings, Crow Air. Happy Friday to you, buddy. Hey, it's a real shame I can't see Mia Scully for some reason. It says she's in a C-130. Which means I...
She's in Captain Sim, the new version of the C-130. Maybe that might be why.
Maybe, yeah. It might well be. It's not giving me any other information. It's not saying it's the Blackbird one or nothing like that. It just says C-130, period. Can you guys see her?
Not at all. I don't see anything. I don't even know.
I see the name tag. I don't see the plane. Whoa, laser almost took you out there, man.
That was close.
I was looking behind me like you usually do.
Oh, I do that all the time. Yeah, like I said, it's about right back to wintry weather around here. I'm not ready for that. I'm over with snow. I've had plenty of that. I've had enough for a year. It's not even that particularly cold right now. It's about 30 degrees, which is cold enough to snow, but it's just barely. It's windy as hell right now. Hey, there's Captain Hopper. Captain Hopper is upset that he can't raid on YouTube. Well, buddy, glad to see you here anyway. We'll call it a raid. Last I saw Captain Hopper, he was playing Minecraft earlier today. I love that game. That's one of those games that's kind of fun to watch somebody play it. I don't know. Climbing through 7,000 for 10,000. Well, amigo, Captain Hopper, flight's going good. We just got off the ground. We're climbing up to altitude here. We're going to hold it at 10,000. So far, so good. Alrighty, I'm closing in at 10,000 here. Better get ready, hit that hold button. Alright, holding just over 10,000. Well, pilots, how about we say when we get to our first destination, which is Whiskey Alpha Whiskey Whiskey at Wolter, Monginsidi. We're going to be landing on runway 26. It's a bit of a T-bone angle we're coming in on, so it doesn't matter. We can pick either runway, but I'm picking runway 26 because it has a ILS frequency. So write this down. The ILS frequency for 26 is 109.9er, 1099. And that is at a magnetic heading of 259. So count on that, runway 26 at 259 magnetic. Go down here and do that right now. Alright. 1099. Degrees. I slid up a little bit fast here. I need to slow my ass down.
Yeah. It looked like a jet flying by us there.
Yeah, I'm going about 290. All right, bring her down, 250. Yeah, I've been working on a video all week. I decided to make a video about like the history of Flight Simulator. I found an emulator that has most of the old flight simulators on it and started flying around a little bit. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I've already taken lots of footage. I'm going to fly the same flight in multiple simulators and just show them side by side. The difference is, you know, it's quite stark between the first simulator and 2024, you know, that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's been a good time. It's been a big reminder of just how basic and not really easy to fly the old sims were. And it takes all the way until maybe Flight Simulator 4 or Flight Simulator 5 before it even really looks like a simulator. It's not just a bunch of dots on the screen.
Sounds interesting.
Very much so.
Yeah, if everybody would be interested in watching that, anyone interested, go ahead and like and subscribe. You'll be notified when the video goes up. It's going to be sometime next week. Might even be Monday or Tuesday. I'll work on it all weekend long here. I'm not going to be going anywhere. The weather's pretty crappy out there.
What kind of speed you looking at there, Longhorn? You're pulling away from me, and I'm doing 270.
220. I'll back it down.
I think
I'll back it
Longhorn's.
down some more.
I think Longhorn's got a decent tailwind. That's why when we were trying to take off, it put you on the opposite runway as the rest of us. Like you've got a wind behind you, and we got a wind in front of us.
All right, I'm gonna slow it down to 180. See what that gets me. Cause where's my? Oh yeah, shows. Heck yeah, my ground. I must have one heck of a tailwind because my ground speed was 340.
Ooh. Dustin Crowfoot.
At 220.
Dustin's asking if we have a Discord channel. Yeah, we do actually. If you look in the description of the YouTube video that we're streaming on right now, look in the description of that, and you'll see a link to go to our website, and the website will link you to our Discord channel.
Oh, I got bit by that. Why the heck is it not responding to my auto throttle?
Auto throttle's not doing it, eh?
No, it's locked in at 278. Interesting.
Roll it back.
Yeah, I did. I turned it off and I turned it back on, and then I rolled the speed back, and my speed is not changing.
Huh, that is unusual. Yeah, usually when I'm using the auto throttle, I will, at the same time that I'm adjusting it, I'll pull my throttle all the way back to 0, just so there's no inputs at all. You know what I mean? And then I set the knob, and it usually does pretty well.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, I noticed if I have mine pushed all the way forward full throttle and I try to turn my auto throttle on, it doesn't work right, so I have to pull it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if that. Okay, here we go. Now it's responding. Okay, yeah, I had to pull my throttle back.
Well, I see we have somebody joining us here in Discord. Got a Digifun or something like that joining us. How's it going?
Die for fun.
Oh, that's a Die for Fun.
That don't sound good.
Nope, that don't sound fun. Yeah, this 10,000 feet is putting me right up in the clouds. I can still see pretty good though. Yeah, I've got my weather set to, or my time of day set to a little bit unusual. The last couple months I've been flying early mornings, just so we got that early morning sun going on. It looks really nice. Today I decided early evening. By the time we get to our last destination, the sun should be going down, and it will be absolutely beautiful as we're coming into the last island in the island chain here, in the Indonesian island chain. The last one to the east. Yeah, right about the time that I get to the waterfront up there, I'm going to turn left so we can begin getting ready for that runway. Just a reminder, we're coming in runway 26.
26, copy that.
There's not a whole lot of elevation going on there, so I think if we drop down to about 4,000 feet, that should be good enough to get us underneath that glide slope. I'm not sure I even mentioned, but it's a decent sized runway. It is 8,200 feet of asphalt, so it's a big one. We should have no problem getting in and out of there. Oh, I see Die for Fun is up in the air with us too. Good deal. All right. Well, happy Friday, Die for Fun. And Crow Air is joining us. Hey, Crow Air, greetings, buddy. And Coast is also joining us. Greetings, Coast. Boy, we got a full house around here tonight. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Evening, Coast. How you?
Hello, Coast.
Take care, guys. How's it going?
Going good. Going good. How's the weather treating you over there in Buffalo? You guys getting snowed out like we are?
What? Us? Snow?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
We've had nothing but snow for the last couple of days. It's just like winter again.
It snowed and melted 2 hours later.
Yeah, it's hanging right around 30 degrees, so the snow's not like solidly sticking around, but it just keeps adding to it, you know. Supposed to be that all next week, snowing and blowing, a little bit of thunderstorms mixed in there.
Yeah, we're getting the same weather you guys get, only a day later.
Yep, that's why I was wondering how you been over there.
Ain't been warm.
Nope, not yet. Bob, do you have a distance to the airport?
Showing 47 miles right now.
Okay. Yeah, that might make it's probably about time for me to start descending here a little bit, all the way up at 10,000. I got 6,000 feet to lose, so I'm gonna start descending here, and probably turn to the left here a few degrees as well. Help us line up that runway 26. Bring her down 4,000. Not a
4,000.
not a huge hurry to bring her down, but I'd like to be at 4,000 feet before we're at 20 miles. You know. That old ball of wax.
I was looking up the last update that we got for this 3030, and it was in late December.
God, was it that long ago?
Yep.
And they released like 2 of them back to back too. Like within a week, they released 2 of them.
Yeah, I was hoping we would get one pretty soon, but I haven't seen or heard anything yet.
Yeah, the last time I was looking through the forums, it appears that we are not the only people having trouble with that autopilot, or with the ILS approach and all that. It seems to throw people all over. And other people are saying that it's too picky, or at least they, in their opinion, it's too picky. You have to be too close to the flight path for it to latch on. You got to be like right on the flight path before it latches on. And some people say that's a little bit much. I kind of agree. You do have to be right on it before it latches on, and at that point, you know, you're already there anyway, so it didn't really help you much. See, Die for Fun is over there in a F-35. Right on. I think that's a new one for us.
Well, Longhorn, I went and bought that B-25 Mitchell, and I kind of like it. It flies real well.
That's good. Yeah, they just had 2 updates yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, I just updated them, and flies real well.
That's good. I'll have to give it a try again in VR because that was when I probably looked really good, and I still optimistic it's going to be good once they get done with it.
Yeah, I've also have the B-17 from Microprose.
That's
and,
the one I'm more
they had-
interested in right there. I like that 17.
Oh, it flies nice too, Laser. If you're really into that one, and they just did 2 updates back to back on it. They
Cool.
missed
Yeah.
something, so.
I remember when
yeah,
it first
nice.
came out, you guys said it was really nice, but it had some issues.
Yeah, well, it's in the marketplace now, actually.
Really?
I'd come across it the other day. I said, wow, it's already in the marketplace. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, good deal.
Question on the B-25. It had a reputation that the pilots didn't like. What was it?
Oh boy, I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, I don't know. You got me there, Coach.
Did they say it was too
Helps
easy to
out.
fly?
The left ear of the pilot usually it went deaf after
Oh.
flying that plane for a while because the engines were so close.
So loud. Yeah,
Oh,
that's probably
geez.
not good. Gonna have to have both ears eventually.
Yeah, just shove some cotton in there on one side, I guess.
That's why they make headsets.
I don't think back then they were as good as they are now.
They didn't have any noise canceling headsets and stuff.
Well, technically that's a noise canceling headset. You won't hear any noise after that.
Pretty much.
True.
Alrighty, getting real close to leveling off at 4,000 here.
It's 26 miles out.
Perfect. I should be receiving the telemetry for that ILS here pretty shortly. I'm not nowhere near lined up with it, but I should receive it. Double check my beam coupler. Everything's good. Okay, I just received the telemetry. Crow Air is asking for help setting up Discord. Yeah, sometimes it's pretty odd. I'm not sure how it works. I think you're on a console. I'm not sure how that version of it works. I know the Windows
He was
version
on
of
there.
it.
Well, I saw him in there earlier.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
might have to go to the settings and go to his sound.
Right. He said he was here. I saw him in the list of people here. But yeah, he said he can hear us, but he can't talk or something like that.
Yeah, you gotta do a setting. You might have to select mic.
Yeah.
Set up his mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that would. What's the setting called? Voice and video. Is
Yeah,
what it's
voice-
called. Go
yeah.
down to voice and video and monkey with that.
Yeah. Go into settings. It's down in there. Go into settings and then go to voice and video.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure exactly if the console version is the same, but it probably has all the same stuff.
Also decide if you want push to talk or if you want voice activated. 'Cause if you have it on push to talk and you don't realize that, then anything you say is not going to come through.
Right on. That's just a one switch type thing. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference tonight, but for the first time, I am not using push to talk. I'm using voice activated. So for the first time ever in the 15 years that we've flown, or 14 or whatever it's been, I've never used voice activated. I just always like push to talk. But push to talk's kind of becoming a pain in the ass. I'm trying to juggle a bunch of things, and when I'm pushing to talk, I can't use my mouse. So, you know, I'm trying to explain something on the stream. It's like, oh, you go over here and you click this and you blah, blah, blah. It makes it hard to do when I can't talk at the same time that I'm moving my mouse, you know what I mean? So I switched over to regular voice activated. If it acts weird, let me know.
I couldn't tell any difference whatsoever. Now, I guess if the bar starts hopping downstairs, I might pick that up.
Right, right. Well, I've noticed when my heater kicks on, that doesn't trip it, so that's a good thing. That's probably the loudest thing in my living room. I've got my my entire furnace is right here behind a door behind me.
Mine just gets activated by my dogs.
I do hear your dogs quite often.
They get overly excited. Now they're just whining because they want to go out.
Yeah, it's a dog for you. All right,
They've been cooped up in the house all day.
getting relatively in range here.
Oh, there's a lot of ships down there.
Okay, so this is Crow Air. So I'm not
Hey.
in game, but it appears like this is working. But as soon as I go into game, it doesn't pick anything up.
Oh, right. Oh, I see. Wasn't somebody talking about that earlier? How when you go in the game, it screws up your headset, or something like that? Or was that
yeah,
for a
in the
different?
sim, yeah, you have to go back into settings and maybe change the settings over now to your headset again.
And that's in the game, not in Discord.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. You just hit escape in your game and go to settings and under sound there and change it to your specific headset. That's what I usually have to do every time I come on the game.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give that a try.
You don't have to exit the sim or anything. Just hit escape, go into your settings and sound.
Alrighty, I must be within 20 miles. I picked up the glide slope indicator. Looking good here. I'm well underneath it. So far, so good. Looks like a decent approach. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and activate my ILS VOR, and we'll let that do the magic. Yeah, Crow Air, I thought I saw you in the air a little bit ago. Yeah, unfortunately, Die for
Gosh.
Fun. I can see Die for Fun's right up here with me, and I also don't see their aircraft. That's a shame, that F-35. I'm guessing it's not a default.
No.
But
just
then
saw
on the
that,
other hand, Mia Scully is in an airplane that I have. I have all of the C-130s between the Captain Sim ones and the Dirty 30, and I don't see her either, unfortunately.
I showed her in the Saab earlier.
I show her as a Sobo passive aircraft, DHC-8. Yep.
Changed.
And then next to that it says C-130.
Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing. I do see Crow Air back behind us there in the C-17. Gosh, you're 22 miles back, Crow Air. Oh, shoot, I just went right on past the line here. Wasn't paying attention.
Yep, I didn't latch on to that ILS for some reason. Or I didn't latch on to the glide slope. Went right over it.
It showed me a Loke, not an actual ILS. So I don't think it has a vertical nav on it.
Yep. I don't know what I did wrong here. I just did this flight a couple days ago and everything worked fine. Well, the ILS is bringing me in nice and straight, but I'm going to have to descend all on my own.
I went so far past it, it's making me do a full circle.
Oh, you overshot.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention before I hit approach.
Well, I think I'm pretty high and I'm pretty fast. Other than that, everything's okay. The two things that you don't want to have happen. Yeah, I need to slow this bird down by a lot. And it looks like I'm only about 5 miles out, maybe 6. Alright, gonna give her a shot here. Going gear down. I'm going way too fast to put my gear out, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, Mia Scully says she's flying the C-130H from Captain Sim, but it's from the marketplace. Yeah, that's the exact same aircraft I'm in right now myself. I am, however, using the Captain Sim C-130H 2020 version because the 2024 version has some multiplayer weirdness. It doesn't show up correctly for other people for some reason. Usually you can see just the inside of the aircraft. You can't see the outside. I don't know, it's very weird. I really like this C-130 from Captain Sim, but both of them, both the C-130H and the C-130J, if you fly the 2024 version of it, other people won't see you properly, and that's a shame. But luckily, when you buy either one of them, they give you both the 2020 version and the 2024 version. So you can just disable the 2024 version, and it will automatically use the 2020 version. If that makes any sense?
Yeah, I think you have to do that in your library, right?
Yeah, yeah. When you go to the marketplace, and then there's the library up there, you can go and just tell it to. I think it's like there's check boxes for streaming them or whatever. But yeah, that's one of the unfortunate things of the Captain Sim one is it shows up weird for everybody else. It's a great airplane. I really like it. It flies way better than the Dirty 30 in a lot of ways. Not quite as advanced. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it's a pretty sharp airplane.
You ever get locked on Longhorn?
No. It sent me in circles and then shot me up to 9,000 feet and stalled.
Oh, it did that again.
I had to turn my autopilot off, get turned around, and lined up and turn it back on, and now it's got me on glide slope.
Oh, got your glide slope. That's the only thing that didn't work for me. The glide slope didn't. It worked yesterday, or actually like Tuesday when I made the flight plan. It worked just fine when I tested it, but not today. Maybe I was coming in at just too much of an angle. I don't know, or too fast. I've had it before. If I'm going too fast, it won't latch on. It is a rocky road if you get off of that runway. There's potholes everywhere around here. It's almost tipping me over. I guess that's why they make taxiways, which I usually ignore. Right on. We have a nice little train of airplanes coming in, perfectly spaced. Everybody looking good.
I'm still about 8 miles back after I got turned around, and Longhorn's coming up behind me somewhere. Looks like he's still pretty far back too.
Yeah, every time I keep trying to turn this autopilot back on, it just keeps sending me off into nowhere land. So I'm just gonna hand glide
Mr.
in.
Newbie coming in strong. Yeah, Crow Air is joining us back with that, I believe it's C-17 Globe Master. Very nice. That is quite a monster. Yeah, I do like that PC-24 that Mr. Newbie's in. That's pretty sharp. I'm not really big on jets, but I do like those little Learjet personal business jet looking things. There's a couple of them in the game by default, and I think that PC-24 sounds like it's the nicest one. It's the only one I haven't flown. I've flown the Citation and the Longitude quite a bit. I really like those. And yeah, Mr. Newbie says that a PC-24 is just a little step above.
I just figured out what where I went wrong.
Oh, do tell.
I had my course set for 159 instead of 259.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll Lord.
Yep, that's why it was sending me in the wrong damn direction.
It sounds like
south.
you had your course setting set to the heading, because that was basically the direction of the airport. You know what I mean? Sounds like you mixed the two numbers up.
Yeah, well, I went and looked at the chart and I saw the 259, and then I went to dial it in, and for some reason I had 159 in my head, so I dialed 159, and then when I engaged everything, I made a right-hand turn.
Whoop! Not supposed to do that. That was a real nice landing there, Bob. Right on the line. Got her stopped.
Well, thank you, sir.
And per usual, anytime I get anywhere near one of those dirty 30s, it gives me a resource usage warning. Maybe that's going to be part of the next update when they it's getting close enough that they can start like optimizing it, just making it a little more frame rate friendly.
Hey, now I'm lined up.
Looks good from here, but we're miles out.
It says I'm 6 miles out. Some of these name tags, I can see the airport. So it's pilot error.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's not always the case, but sometimes it is. Probably more often than not, actually. Especially with me. I'm always forgetting something. There's always that one little thing, you know? Like taking off and forgetting to put it back on CDI. So, Mr. Newbie, you said tonight you were going to be trying to fly in VR. How's that working out? It's going good so far?
Yeah, pretty good so far.
God, I like hearing that.
Yeah, pretty good so far. Didn't experience the issue that you say may have happened when we all got together. Running pretty smooth.
Everything smooth enough?
Yeah.
Good. That's the biggest thing. Longhorn looks like he's got a real good approach going on here. Nice flare. Right on, my man. Do be aware we have Die for Fun coming in, 111.
Oh,
Longhorn, you doing your Michael Jackson?
I was just gonna back up to the beginning of the runway, figuring that's where we're,
Jeez,
we're gonna be taking off from.
the reverse thrust on that thing is insane.
That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
nice wheelie you popped too.
Golly.
Yeah, I just got a view of the sky for a second there. How the heck did he stop so quick? Or did he just come in, or what?
He just loaded in at the end of the runway.
Oh, okay. Because it's like, man, he stopped real. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yep, Die for Fun coming in. Like I said, unfortunately, all I have is a name tag. I don't think I have that F-35 anyway, but it's not even bothering to give me a substitution.
Yeah,
Which is weird
they
with
used
Mia
to
Scully.
Substitute it with something.
Yeah.
They're not even giving us a substitute now.
Right,
It's
even
blank.
with Mia Scully, I don't have anything, and I've got the aircraft that she's in.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I do too. I have the well, it's a J model, but it's still Captain Sim C-130.
Yeah,
And
I've got both,
from-
the H and the J.
that's
Well,
right.
all right, guys and girls, let's go ahead and get back out on this runway and get ready for our second leg. A nice group of airplanes tonight, man. Look at that. Our next leg is at a heading of 061. 061, take off out of here and turn to 061. Once again, we're going to be climbing to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet at a heading of 061 will get us to our next destination. So when we take off out of here, let's take a right-hand turn to get back on track. That'll get us there quickly enough. So everybody check your flaps, check your gauges, make sure everything's good to go. And we're out of here in 10 seconds, guys and girls. Lazerbolt spooling up. We're rolling. Yeah, as always, everybody, if anyone would like to join us watching the stream or anything like that, it's pretty easy to do. All the information is in the description of the video. You can grab the game off of Game Pass. That's a good cheap way to do it. And yeah, You could figure out where we're going and what we're flying, and you could meet us at any of the airports. It's a good time. We just take it pretty casual around here, and yeah, fly nice and casual and have a good time on Friday, and that's just that. Once again, this is our last evening in Indonesia. We've been here for a few weeks. Pretty big island chain, to be honest. We've been in Indonesia ever since we left the Philippines.
Excuse me, coming through.
Nope, plenty of room, buddy. I'm already enjoying these evening colors. I can see the sun is kind of starting to go down-ish, and the colors are going to be real nice this evening. And particularly that last leg is going to be really nice because we're going to be over the water. The sun is going to be behind us, and that always looks really good with all the colors of the sun reflecting off the water. It's beautiful. Passing 5,000 for 10,000.
Oh,
Alrighty, approaching 10,000. So I started watching a pretty good show on Amazon Prime. They just released a new Sherlock Holmes kind of show. It's pretty good. It's called Young Sherlock, I believe. And yeah, it's pretty good. I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan myself. I read all the books when I was a kid, and just always been a big Sherlock Holmes fan. There's been some good ones. Even though this show is pretty good, I'm enjoying it. It's still not live. It doesn't live up to the standards of that the Benedict Cumberbatch version that they had a couple years ago. I think it was just called Sherlock, and that's just amazing. If anybody hasn't seen that, go watch that Benedict Cumberbatch version of Sherlock. It is some of the most amazing stuff I've ever seen put on film. It's just fantastic. It looks great. The stories are fantastic. The characters are great. But this new one is fun too. I'm enjoying it. It's a little weird. It's a little weird because, for one, Sherlock Holmes is not hanging around his regular buddy Watson. Watson's not even in the show. He's not even there. Instead, it's Sherlock Holmes chumming around with young James Moriarty. So, Moriarty is his biggest enemy, his big arch rival nemesis of the entire thing. And yet, apparently, when they were younger, they were friends. And I think I remember kind of something similar in the books. The books didn't go into young Sherlock Holmes, but it was made clear that at one point they were contemporaries, they were friends, if you will, and something major happened, and now they're bitter enemies. So hopefully the show is going to get into that, maybe even before the end of the season. I can already picture the last shot of the season is going to be some dude taking his hat off and saying, "Hi, I'm Watson," or something. But yeah, it's good. It is a little weird though. It's a little weird. I'm so used to seeing Sherlock Holmes as he's absolutely brilliant. He never fails. He's a great fighter. He's a great thinker. He never misses a clue. And this is not quite like that. It's really Moriarty is the smart one. Sherlock Holmes is just kind of learning from him. You know what I'm saying? Moriarty's teaching him, you're a good observer, but you're not looking for the right things, and Moriarty is actually the smart one of the two. But Sherlock Holmes is catching on quick because he's brilliant. He's a really super smart kid. And he's not a kid. These guys are in their 20s, so they're pretty young. But yeah, it's a good show. If you like Sherlock Holmes, I would recommend it. It's very good. If any of you guys ever seen the movie versions of Sherlock Holmes that has Robert Downey Jr. in it, it's made by the same director. I think it's Guy Ritchie is the director, and it's the same director, and you can tell it's the same time period. The old steampunky England type stuff. The old timey. Everyone's wearing their dresses and boots and hats and a cane and all that. And so it takes place in that era, and it's very stylish. It has cool music. It's well written. Yeah, it's worth watching if you like Sherlock Holmes. Go check that out. It's pretty good. I think most of my favorite stuff lately has been on Amazon Prime. They've been really doing some good stuff lately. This is the longest leg of the evening we got going on here. So we're going to be in the sky for a while. And one of the reasons why we climbed to 10,000 feet, just to get a little bit of ground speed.
Yeah, I'm showing 209 right now.
For ground speed?
No, distance. Ground
Oh.
speed at 306.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Usually our legs are more like 180. If we do 380-mile legs, that'll kill 2.5 hours. But yeah, this is a long leg. The other two are a little shorter, but sometimes you got to work with what they give you.
I can't get my ground speed above 284 right now, so I must have a good headwind.
Yeah, you must. What's your indicated?
230?
230. Wow, you can't go higher than 230 at 10,000?
Nope.
I'm going 260 with a ground speed of 306.
Yeah, it must be the weather.
Try your horsepower switch up there on your forward dash on the very far left next to your wheel for your airspeed. Set that to your reference select knob.
Yeah, I've got it set at 270, but it won't go over 230.
No, I mean your
Oh.
the little knob to the left of that says HP.
Oh.
You can switch it to HP and increase your horsepower and see if that does anything.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't know. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah,
Okay.
and don't
Oh.
don't worry about increasing it too much. It won't let you go beyond the safety limits, but it does increase your horsepower quite a bit if you'd let it.
Well, let me go from 4,500 to 5,000.
Yep.
Let me see if that changes my speed now. No, it didn't change my speed at all. Oh wait, I gained one knot.
There you go.
31.
Might start creeping up. Yeah, you must be using live weather,
Yeah, I am.
right? Yeah.
That's
And
got
about-
you a headwind probably then. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a big cell of like rain showers, like right in the middle between. It's clear at the airport and it's clear where we left, but right in the middle is a huge patch of rain.
Perfect.
So some kind of storm system out here. This doesn't have like a wind speed on here anywhere, does it? The Dirty 30?
Not that
No.
I know of.
I mean, if one of your radars, like your weather radar, might have it on there.
That's what I was wondering, but let me see if I can try that screen.
I'm not exactly sure how to bring up the weather radar. I know how to bring up the terrain radar and just straight up traffic radar.
Okay, nav radar.
I mean, I suppose all you need to do is when you get on the ground, check your speed. Your pedo should be receiving something.
Let's put it on let's put it on 2. There we go. Let's see, is there wind speed on this one anywhere?
Our next destination is Emalamo Airport at Whiskey Alpha Echo Sierra. When we get there, count on runway 36. Pretty much straight north, runway 36 going on. Let's see here. It's pretty small. All right, it's not very big. We're looking at 3,500 feet, or 3,600 if you will. That's big enough for us. Some of these other jets might have a little trouble, but I think everybody around here is a good enough pilot. They can probably handle it. Not much elevation, only 3 feet, but count on 3,600 feet of asphalt when we get to Emalamo. Emalamo.
Say that runway again, Laser. I was daydreaming, I guess.
It's 36.
36, okay.
36. It's the highest numbered runway possible.
Hey, there's Crow Air.
Coach, you got any interesting pictures to share with us? I love that.
Ain't been doing too much lately.
No, all that wildlife is just waiting for spring, isn't it?
Well, none of it's been around lately. I don't know what they've been doing.
Well, this weather's been kind of off and on. They might be a little confused. Yeah, we had like 50 degrees last week. We didn't get no 50 this week. It's more like 30.
They ate everything that's edible in my yard already, so they're not coming here.
Yeah.
You got to throw them a bone, Coast. My wife, she spends a lot of my money on bird seeds, sunflower seeds, chicken feed, corn, feeds the deer.
There's all kinds of
I
stuff.
think I got birds from Alabama coming all the way to Tennessee to eat.
Got that smorgasbord going on. The squirrels probably love it too.
I'll tell you, yeah, chickens eat better than I do, I think.
Yeah, but then the chickens are next.
No, they're her pets, man. I threatened it. I said, if they don't start laying some eggs, I'm going out there with a skillet, and she threatened me.
Yeah. Yeah, oddly enough, it's not super easy to keep chickens around here where I'm living at in Michigan. It's a pretty rural area, and we get a lot of bobcats for some reason. They're not very big, but they're feisty, man. I tell you what, and they don't care. You know, a couple summers ago, I was hanging out at my sister's house, and she has a couple chickens, and she lets them out once a day to run around in the yard, and then puts them back in the cage, and we're standing there talking. There's a chicken right at our feet, just kind of pecking at the ground. He's right at our feet, 2 feet away from us, you know. And all of a sudden, whoosh! We were like, "What the hell was that?" The chicken was gone. It was gone. And there it goes. There's a bobcat running into the woods with what's left of that chicken. It's like, holy moly! That bobcat didn't care about us at all. It saw that chicken and just grabbed it and ran. And it's just that quick.
Yeah, they will. We got hawks around here too that has killed a couple of ours. So.
Yeah.
And a raccoon killed one.
Wow. I mean, I suppose raccoons are pretty feisty too, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Don't want to mess with it.
They're clever too.
Yeah, the good thing about raising chickens is they'll eat anything. I mean, literally, any table scraps you got left over, just bring it out to the chickens. They'll eat anything.
Table scraps. Shit, my wife, she takes salads out to them every day.
You get the table scraps.
Yes, exactly. I like that C-17 you're in, Crow Air. Man, that looks so cool.
It does, doesn't it?
I enjoy flying it sometimes.
If you ask me, I think it flies better than the 400. That 400 is just a little bit more like it almost forces you to fly with the electronics because by stick it doesn't fly very well just by using the stick. And that C-17 is a lot more manageable.
Yeah, I would say I would agree.
Yep. And you don't notice just how big it is until you're parked next to it. Even these giant Hercules that we're in are small compared to that thing.
I'm parked right next to him right now. I'm under his wing, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Just had a bolt of lightning just about hit my plane.
Oh, really?
Right out the windshield.
They do the lightning pretty good in this game. It looks real nice.
They finally released Murray, and he got snatched up by the Vikings.
Oh, he did, didn't he? Yeah. Did you see all that nonsense about what was the guy there? They made that big trade with the um, with the Raiders, Max Crosby, and then at the last minute, the Ravens backed out of the deal. But it was a huge deal too. It was a real big deal.
Wow, that would have been.
Yeah. Oh, it was huge.
Wow.
They received like 2 first-round draft picks, some dude, and a bunch of money. And at the last minute, the Ravens said he didn't pass his physical, so they passed on him. It's like, holy moly! What do you mean? Max Crosby didn't pass his physical, you know? But it was one of those to where Crosby at the end of last season had some kind of a surgery on his knee, I think, and it's not quite back to 100% yet. So they said no. Well, it's like, well, yeah, but by the time the season comes around, there's not a team out there that didn't wish they had Max Crosby. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I haven't heard if they're going to use him as a starter or a backup.
He
they keep
can help.
saying, well,
He can help you guys a lot.
Vikings aren't in our division, so they really have like no impact. But I'm just, I just laugh because everybody says, "Oh yeah, the games that when he started, he did great." Well, it's like, yeah, but he played 86 games out of I think 7 seasons, so it's
Yeah.
like he missed every single season. I think he only had 1 complete season. Every other season, he's missed anywhere from 3 to 9 games.
Yeah, that's rough too. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, especially you need people healthy at the end of the year, and that's probably when
Yep.
he's always hurt.
Yeah, oh yeah, he missed the last 12 games of the season this year. He started the first 3
Ooh.
games, or no, he started the first 5 games, and then he missed the last 12 games. Like,
Oosh. That's not a good precedent to set there.
all for a foot injury, but I think the Cardinals were milking that one though. I think they were trying to keep him healthy. He probably would have been eligible to come back weeks before, but I think they didn't want to take a risk of him going out there and getting hurt because they were hoping to pick up some money from him
Hmm.
and for a trade. But nobody wanted to trade for him. Nobody wanted to pick up his salary, so they
Yeah, he
finally
had-
just released him.
Right. Well, that's one way to save some salary cap because some of those guys are pretty, they take up a lot of cap space. The Lions are kind of going through that to where we had to release a few of our really good guys. We didn't want to let them go, but we had to. They were just taking up too much cap space. And the problem happens when they're worth every penny that we're paying them. We just can't afford to pay 7 guys premium money,
Yeah, our case it's just the owner just unwilling to pay the guys premium money.
Right. Yeah, we lost a couple that I'm going to miss. We lost Khalif Raymond. I'm going to miss him. He was great. We picked up a couple guys that, you know how it is when you pick up somebody, I don't know how good this guy is. He wasn't on my team. All the pundits are like, "Oh, this guy's great. He should fit in really good, and he's good at the center position. He's good at a tackle position, yada yada yada." But it's like, I don't know. I haven't spent the last couple years watching this guy. I don't know how good he is.
I'll watch the Vikings. I'm curious to see how does he do. If it's hopefully be a starter, but I like to see how he does with a completely different coaching staff and players around him. See how he does.
Vikings are making some big changes too. I think they're moving on from their quarterback. I mean, they didn't release him, but that guy they had last year, what was his name, McCarthy or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of there. He didn't do much. He was there. He got hurt for part of the season too, and just never really quite did much. And I just saw something today to where they picked up another quarterback.
That would be Murray, unless it's another one too.
Mm-hmm.
If they picked up another one with Murray, then they plan on obviously cutting their quarterback then.
Right. I think Murray's the guy that I was reading about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. They signed him yesterday.
Yeah. Also, the same video I watched was mentioning that the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals, they're going to have a rough year. They're going to have to make some major free agency trades in the next couple weeks to really shore up some issues that they've got. And I don't know. The guy that was talking said that it's not looking good for Arizona. But hopefully that's the whole point. They're making moves to get better.
Yeah, they had the lowest rated grade for the draft, or not for the draft, for the I don't remember what it was. Whatever it was, they were like rated the lowest out of all the teams.
The free agency market there.
Yeah, it must have been the free agency market because
Oh.
the draft hasn't happened yet. But I mean, they've got some good first round, low number first round picks coming up. But
Mhm.
like, you can't expect a college player to come right in and be great right off the bat. I
Right.
mean, that's what they thought was going to happen with Murray. And
It happens sometimes, but you can't count on that. You know,
Nope.
it don't happen every time, that's for sure. And that's a really good way to take a guy who was awesome in college and kind of wreck him. You know.
oh yeah, they've gone through that with Matt Leinart, came out of USC, setting records for USC, and he never really amounted to anything for the Cardinals.
Hmm.
But it's like, oh, he was great for college. He's got to be great in the NFL. So they stuck with him a year longer than they probably should have.
Yeah, it's such a different beast. You know. I mean, you got to do like look at what Green Bay does. They'll get a good quarterback like Love, and he'll sit on the bench for 2 or 3 years. He won't take a single snap. He'll just sit there and watch the other guy and just learn the system and learn how to be a good NFL player. And it pays off. Now look, Love is one of the best quarterbacks, and then the quarterback he's replacing, Aaron Rodgers, he was one of the best quarterbacks, and the guy that he replaced, Brett Favre, he was one of the best quarterbacks. So it's like you got to do something a little more like that, ease the guy into it, especially with quarterback, because boy, it's the last thing you want is for your quarterback to end up on his ass every snap. That is going to ruin his, it'll ruin his entire psyche. You know what I mean? He'll be skittish after that. He won't play up to his full potential if he's got no faith in the front line.
Well, and that could have been a lot of Murray's problem. Is he was always, he was always running for his life.
Yeah, that's not good.
But they're sticking with Bissett for that starter, and then they just picked up, I believe he was the backup quarterback in Kansas City that's going to back up Bissett now.
Yep. I heard Kansas City is still wondering whether Mahomes is going to resign. It would seem amazing if he didn't. I mean, come on, they're going to offer him whatever he wants to resign. But so far, from what I understand, he hasn't quite. Well, one of the things is like he might be waiting, or maybe they want to wait before they actually sign him to a big contract because they want to know how much money they're going to have left. You know what I mean? After
Yeah.
free agency is over, then they'll know what they can offer him. Wingnut Bob, what kind of distance we got to our next airport here?
113.
113. Good Lord, we got a ways to go. Yeah, this was a long leg.
Yes, that put you guys 13 miles ahead of me.
Oh yeah, I see you back there. Howdy do.
I'm just stuck right on 130, 129, 130, just back and forth.
That is unusual. I mean, I know when you gain a lot of altitude, that Dirty 30 has trouble maintaining a whole lot of indicated airspeed, but you can usually do better than 130. I mean, we
230.
230, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to fly these Captain Sim ones. Our standard speed used to be 280 knots. Remember that? That might even be a little bit unrealistic, but these things would do it no problem. I don't know if they do that in real life, no problem, but oh yeah, they would do it with no effort at all. You can go 300 if you wanted to.
Yeah, my ground speed is just 284.
Well, it's a good ground speed though.
Mine's 294.
It's a real good ground speed.
Yeah, that last leg I had indicated 278, 279. The ground speed of like 320 or 340, whatever it was I said.
Right. Yeah, you were beating us on that last one. You got there first. A little bit of a tailwind going on.
Well, in the fact that my auto throttle wasn't working. So I kept looking at I got it set on 220, but I didn't look down at where's the PFD, and it was like pegged at like in the red.
Oh. Yeah, one of the players that the Lions got rid of that I'm going to really miss is David Montgomery, our second running back. Of course, our number one running back is the amazing Gibbs. He's fantastic. I mean, we would never get rid of him. He's our guy. But it was really nice having that 1-2 punch of Gibbs, and then you could slide in David Montgomery, and it was just a nice 1-2 punch. You know, the guy was just a different enough runner. Montgomery's more of a tank. He'll just run right through you. Gibbs is more of a super fast guy, so he'll kind of go around the outside and then nobody can catch him. So between the two, we had every situation covered, you know. But David Montgomery is too valuable of a player to be a second string, basically. You know what I mean? He wasn't even our main guy. So I understand having to cut him just because he's worth more money than we can afford right now. Oh yeah, a quick note also, when we get to Whiskey Alpha Echo Sierra, our next destination, that is our penultimate stop of the evening. That is when we normally take a 10-minute break. We'll just go grab a drink, grab a snack, use the restroom, let the dog out, and yeah, it's a good time to go down there and like and subscribe to the videos. That helps a lot. And we'll take 10 minutes. It goes by quick. It's also plenty long enough if you ever wanted to meet us at an airport and fly this last leg to see if you're enjoying the game and the company. So yeah, you could easily meet us there at that second to the last airport and join that last leg. We got plenty of time.
While I'm underneath your airplane, if you let your gear down, I'll check your tire pressure.
You know, I'd take you up on that if I wasn't going so fast. Yeah, I like that that Coast Guard paint job too. That's pretty nice with that orange and blue. Back in the FSX days, the Flight Sim 10 days, Captain Sim also had a big package with C-130s, and one of them they had was a Coast Guard C-130 that had floats. That was pretty interesting. We could land it right on the water. So that was pretty cool. It wasn't easy to fly though. It was almost impossible to get going fast enough to take off. But it was pretty cool. I monkeyed around with it quite a bit. Just you don't see a C-130 with floats every day.
No, sir, you don't. I don't even think I'd want to be on one. Tried. I've seen them with skis on in the Arctic or Greenland and places like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one had giant pontoons, about half the size of the entire aircraft going down the side. Like I said, when you're in the water, there's so much drag on the water that it was really hard to get going fast enough to lift that nose up. I'm already getting some beautiful reflective colors off of the ocean. Yeah, over the last week I've been monkeying around with old flight simulators. All of them starting like from the first one, the second one, all the way back to like 83, them old sims. And those were very difficult. Holy moly, they're hard to. Well, first of all, it's hard to just, you got these real clunky gauges and just not much graphical interface. You look out the window and there's really nothing there, just some lines and dots, and it's very tricky, especially since they weren't made to use controllers back in the day. They didn't have a nice HOTAS controller you could use, so you had to do everything with the keyboard. You didn't even have a controller you could use. It's all keyboard inputs, and yeah, it's pretty hard to fly that way.
Yeah, that was like my first flight simulator was on the Timex Sinclair 1000. So it was black and white and
Yep.
a little miniature keyboard to fly with.
Yep. I forgot too how at least the first 5 sims, at least the first 5, they all took place in Meigs Field. They'd be taken off out of
Yep.
Chicago Meigs Field, all of them. You would take off on runway 36 and then fly right past downtown Chicago, and yeah.
Well, when they tore up the airport, that's when they finally stopped using it. But
Right.
up until then, they would have probably continued because that was the starting airport.
Yeah. Well, luckily it's still in the game. It's just an inactive
Yeah,
airport.
well, it's fake because there's really no airport there at all. So.
Right. But luckily it's still in the game, and that way I can take off in the new sim. I can still take off from Meigs Field and compare to what it looked like in the old ones. And one of the hardest things too is, like, say you're banking and you have to hit the arrow keys to bank, and it doesn't straighten itself out. You know what I mean? You give it a 2-degree bank and it stays at 2 degrees. It's like when you're using a stick and you let go of the stick, it just centers itself. But not back then. You would have to do everything very meticulously. It was very difficult. Yeah, you'll notice the little island here, the peninsula that our next airport is on. The airport is actually on the shoreline, the opposite shore on that peninsula. So when we get to that, we'll turn north. Be lined right up.
I could probably find my old floppy disk with Flight Simulator version 2 on it. I think that was the first one I bought. Your little 3.5-inch floppies.
Right.
Only took like two maybe. I don't remember if it was 2 floppies or 4 floppies.
Yeah, and that was back when it was still just dots and lines. They didn't have true polygon textures yet. They had polygons, but they weren't solid.
Yeah, the ground was completely flat and one color.
Yep.
Like beige.
Yep. I think the first one that actually kind of starts looking like an actual modern game, where you have an airplane, it's all in color, you can change the camera angles. That was like Flight Sim 4, the early 90s. And that's the first one that it's like, okay, it's a solid airplane, it's not just a wireframe. I've got a little Cessna thing here, very cartoony. It's made up of like 10 polygons, so it's not very impressive, but at least it's starting to look more modern. A big gap though. It was really easy for me to find emulators for Flight Sims 1 through 5, and then there's a big gap. I couldn't find anything from 5 to 9. You know what I mean? So the video has to jump from Flight Sim 5 all the way to Flight Sim 9, because I couldn't find anything, any emulator or any way to play any of the old, Although I think at that time a lot of them weren't numbered. You know what I mean?
No.
They were called
No,
things like the Century of Flight and things like that, but they didn't have numbers to them.
Yeah, I think I don't remember there even being ever one called 6, 7, 8, or 9. I don't remember any of them called that. They went
Exactly.
to 10, which I think was a Century of Flight.
Right, and then there was
was
Flight Sim 9. I remember that.
Was there?
Yeah, it was called 9, but also it had a subtitle too. Yeah.
You sure that wasn't just Microsoft Flight?
No. No. Flight Sim 9, actually, there were, back when we first started our community, half of us flew in FSX And there was another big handful of people that flew FS9. That was the old sim.
Okay.
And I think there was quite a number of years in between 9 and 10 FSX, quite a number of years. And
Yeah,
then
because well, when 10 came out, FSX, Century of Flight, when that one came out, I mean, there was a big gap between that and the one before it, and so, and that's what they were targeting for, was the fact there was a 100-year anniversary of flight, so they made it really big. That's when you got, like, the whole world was covered, and you had a lot of aircraft in there. And it was
yeah, they
actually, I got that
made a
one.
big deal
I got
out of
that one.
that. It was a
Yeah,
it
I've
was
got
a
that one
big
on
change.
Steam.
Yeah, I've still got.
when it first came out.
I still got FSX on Steam also. Yeah, I wish I still had. Well, it doesn't matter if I still had my discs for FS9. I know I've got it here somewhere because I don't have a disk drive anyway. Who's got one of those in their computer?
Well, the Century of Flight, when it came out, I got it in the metal tin, the little collector's edition metal tin with the discs.
I hope you still have that.
I do.
Good,
I still got it, but
hard copies of FSX are valuable. They're big collector's editions, man, big.
But I got on this kick. I think what it was they announced it on Steam for like a dirt cheap price, and it's like, well, shoot, I have to play that for one. I wonder how that was. So I went ahead and bought it on Steam for probably like less than $10 and put it on there. Flew it a couple times
cheap.
And haven't flown it since.
Yeah, they had a
I
different.
don't fly this.
They had a different version of it too. A different company at the last minute after Microsoft stopped supporting it. Somebody swooped in and bought it. I can't really remember who that was, but a lot of people were pretty excited because they thought they were going to really make it into a good game, but they didn't do much. They cleaned it up a little. Like one of the big problems with FSX or Flight Sim 10 that we're talking about was it was released right alongside of what was that operating system? Right after XE or XP there. What the hell was it? I keep wanting to say Amiga, but it's not Amiga. What was it?
I know which
Vista.
one you're talking about.
Vista. Windows Vista.
Yeah.
It was released. It was Vista and the Flight Simulator were released on the same day, and the Flight Sim was supposed to be a big, like a selling point of the operating system. It was a big, like a big title to show everybody just how awesome this new operating system can be. Well, the problem was Vista is notorious for not being very good at handling multi-threaded computers. You know, the CPUs. That was right about the time where having a two core computer, that was pretty new. You know, having multi cores on your operating or on your CPU, that was kind of a new thing, and Vista wasn't very good at handling it. And that also made it so FSX wasn't very good at handling it. That's why if you've got like an 8-core machine, FSX still only uses 1 core, and not very well.
36 miles out.
36. I better bring this bird down. Thanks for the heads up, buddy.
Sure. I was just waiting for a break in there in the conversation.
Raise your hand.
Breaker.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to bring her down. Probably down to about 2,000 feet. We don't have an ILS to worry about or a glide slope. It's going to swing her down.
Well, looks like your message about meeting us at the airport must have worked because there's someone sitting at the airport now.
Oh, are they? Cool.
Yeah.
I'm in the clouds right now. I don't see much of anything. Good beans.
Let's see if they're still there when we get there.
Everybody's welcome. Don't be shy. Don't be an asshole, but don't be shy. I'm going to say we've had extremely good luck with all the people joining us over the past year or so since I've been doing this on YouTube. We've been doing these flights for 14 years, but I just started streaming them on YouTube just over a year ago. And yeah, we've had extremely good luck. Usually everybody behaves themselves pretty well.
Let's see what happens when I try to go one click on
Descending.
pitch.
Did you do a backflip again?
I don't know. I said did one click, nothing happened. Let's do another click. Oh, it's going down. Good.
Oh, hey, it's going the right direction. That is a big bonus. Actually, we do have a little bit of a mountain range to go over. I'm going to hold at about 3,000, just to make sure I can get over that.
Well, whoever was there just took off, so.
Right on. I still didn't see a
Yeah,
name tag.
That's me. I finally got the Discord to work.
Oh,
I opened it
good deal.
in the app itself, like on my main screen, it wouldn't work. But if I went into like Xbox's communications, like how you normally like
Right.
start your own like voice chat, then it worked.
And that's how it. Well, that's cool. It's awesome that it's cross-compatible with the PC version of Discord. Very neat.
Yeah.
Well, greetings, man. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, likewise. Been a couple weeks since I've been able to try to make it on here.
Yeah, we missed you last week.
Yeah, I just kind of had other things going on and
That happens.
people over the weekend, so.
I'm
yeah,
always.
The weather's nasty up here right now.
Is it? Where are you at again?
I'm actually up in Cadillac.
Oh, hey, that's right. Yeah, you're just north of me. Cadillac is about an hour, maybe hour and a half away. Down here in Ludington. And yeah, how do you like that weather this last week? It went right back to being wintertime.
Yeah, it was nice and warm, and then just by last night it just started coming down, and then I've already got 8 inches of snow in the driveway, and then the plow trucks come through, and then I can't get in my driveway. So
Right, they leave a little berm right there. And it's been windy as hell.
Just even get in there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, windy as hell, man. Well, another couple weeks. It'll be April. It can't snow in April. Although it does all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was trying to get my brother on here, but he's busy with a few other things. But he's got to go fly an air tractor to Aurora tomorrow, it sounds like. So he's got to get headed to bed.
Oh, actual pilot?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Oh,
He's
very
got
cool.
his AMP and stuff like that. He works for his father-in-law, so they.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
he's always wrenching on an airplane over there, and he's got plenty of things to fly. So.
He was Crowfoot.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, his tag I think was N Crowfoot that comes up on here.
That's Nick, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Right on. And you're Brandon? I got that right?
Dustin.
Dustin. Okay. Dustin. That makes more sense.
But yeah, it's been a little adjustment. We just moved up here kind of midsummer last year, so we just been.
Hopefully not from
Yeah,
someplace like Texas or Florida. Nice and warm.
I'm a Michigan boy, so
There
we
you go.
moved from Grand Rapids, come up this way.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, I've been in Michigan most of my life too. I like it here. One thing I hate about, well, it's not necessarily a Michigan problem, but I hate that when you tell people you're from Michigan, and a lot of times, all they can think of is like Flint and Detroit and stuff like that. It's like, man, Michigan is so much more beautiful than all that crap down south. Okay, holding just under
I hear
3.
you. We lost.
Oh, yeah, laser. Just kind of in and out.
Voice-wise? Or airplane-wise?
Oh, your voice was wavering there a little.
Right on. Well, hopefully that fixed itself. I was having some weird graphical stuff too going on, and that fixed itself, so I don't know what that was about. I had some
Pretty
things
good
in my
now.
cockpit not showing up correctly. A couple of the textures were blank. It's all good now. Yeah, right about the time I cross this ridge, I'm going to turn north towards that airport. Maybe even starting now. I don't want to turn too far to the left. I want to stay in this little saddle. Turning final, runway 36. Hey Bob, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no worries.
That probably means I need to start slowing down is what that means. Yeah, it's a pretty easy to spot runway too. It's right on the coast. Coming in high and hot. Real high, real hot.
I was gonna say you look pretty high, and I'm
I
behind
am. I'm
you.
not even on course either. I'm way over to the left. Crow Air, I might cut you off too here in a second, bud. Actually, I think Crow Air might be paused.
He's airborne.
Oh boy, this will be interesting. This is a short runway too, guys. Getting ready on that reverse thrust. Actually, my flaps are doing a really good job slowing me down. I'm doing all right. I might go through you, Crowfoot. Sorry about that.
Here's how that's displaying, because I'm like way ahead of you and above.
Oh, okay. All I could see was your name
What's-
tag.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of in the same way earlier. You're displaying as like a multi-engine reconnaissance plane with like the disc on top.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I don't know why it's displaying that, because I don't even own that airplane.
Kind of like, what do they call those? AWAC?
Yeah. Yeah. So like a Hawkeye
Yeah, it's
or
not
something
the
like that.
not the longest runway in the world, but it's big enough to get you down. This runway is right on a freeway, so I always like having cars in the background. That's pretty cool. It's okay. Let's call this 10 to the top of the hour. It's 10:02. So we're going to take a 10-minute break, and we're back up in the air at the top of the hour. So count on that. Count on being back up flying top of the hour. Hey, we have Tony Tuthill saying cheers and best. Thank goodness it's Friday, he says, and I agree. I like Fridays. It's hard to believe for 14 years I haven't had anything better to do than this on a Friday, but this is pretty good. You know how it is. You get used to doing something on Friday, and all of a sudden you just leave all your Fridays open. Not strange, though, that when I was in my 20s, I was always busy on a Friday. Now that I'm in my 50s, it's like, I just want to stay home on a Friday.
Take a little while, it's gonna be hot.
Yeah, I have a large number of people where it just gives me their name tags tonight. It's unfortunate. And next week it'll work perfect again. It's a very, very inconsistent multiplayer they got going on here.
Yeah, I had the C-17 earlier, and then I couldn't see anybody, and then I switched to Corsair now just because I'm just like dealing with trying to figure out this Discord, and now I'm seeing random airplanes.
There you go. Yep. I mean, a lot of these airplanes, I don't expect to see them properly, like that F-35 that Die for Fun is in. I don't have that, so it'll give me a substitution. But even a bad substitution is better than nothing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mia to switch to a Blackbird C-130 that we have.
Yes. Yeah, I could see Mia great now. That's definitely
that's
that dirty
just
30.
cool. I can see you now, Mia. That's great.
Yeah. And I understand wanting to fly that C-130H because I don't know.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just easier. You don't have to deal with its weirdness. But
True.
yeah. Yeah, she said she changed. Good deal. Yeah, like I said, if one of these times, I don't know, you might have already done it, but one of these times, if you want to try that C-130H, go into your list of airplanes that you got and make sure that you're using the 2020 version of the C-130H, and we'll be able to see you fine. Well,
Oh, so
on
they
paper.
haven't fixed that glitch?
Pardon me?
No, they haven't fixed the glitch.
Right. No, they have not, unfortunately, because I love this aircraft. And I really like the 2024 version. They fixed a couple of the little bugs, especially the navigation bugs. I would be actually able to follow the flight plan like a normal airplane if I was flying the 2024 version. Instead, I have to use the heading bug and just kind of follow the map. But, yeah, it's nice when it works. I see Crow Air switched. Looks like he's in the... I got you in C-130 something or other. It's one of the 24 versions. That's why you look like a bus instead of an airplane.
Yeah, doggone it.
Oh, you can still fly it. It's just,
Oh, yeah,
that's
you
just the
can-
way we
yeah.
see you.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't change anything. Actually, it flies better than the 2020 version does. But it just looks weird that it's a bus. And what's really weird is if you move the camera inside of... I think you were there that time that we were experimenting with that. You were holding formation super close to me. And if I put my camera inside your airplane, then I could see your entire airplane.
Yeah.
But as soon as I move the camera like a foot away, it disappears. And it's just such a weird... It's probably not that hard to fix either. You know, I mean, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to fix. All the other airplanes show up. Why not that one? And just... Captain Sim is notorious for... They don't really update their stuff all that much.
Yeah, it's just disappointing. It's just like, it'd be really nice if it just worked.
Well, it was super disappointing when the H was like that, and then a couple months later they released the J, and it was exactly the same thing. I mean, you can't tell me that nobody has contacted Captain Sim and complained about that? Nobody? We can't be the only people having that problem, because we have that problem every single time. Other people have to have it too. But I guess maybe other people don't fly with groups as much, you know?
There you go. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm going to get another drink here.
Right on, buddy. I've been talking so much I didn't drink my first one.
Glitch everything.
guys and girls, we're going to be leaving in about 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and get back on this runway. It might be a little bit tight to have everybody take off one after another. And also, let's take off from the opposite runways, just so we're going to be taking off over the water instead of straight into that hill and the house. So yeah, I think Crow Air's got the right idea here. Let's go ahead and take off from this end of the runway. We're going to do that in about a minute and a half.
Coming off of 18.
Hope I'm giving myself enough room to take off. I think I'll be just fine. It'll be close though.
I can get behind you and push.
I'm thinking I might want to spool my engines up before I actually release the brakes.
I use my reversers to back up about as far as I can go.
Yep, take all the room you can get. So this is barely a 3,500 foot runway. Yeah, Mr. Newbie even has the PC-24 VIP edition. Ooh la la. Extra fancy on the inside. The passengers look cozy. Pilots, it is 11 o'clock. Well, it's 11 o'clock for me, but it's the top of the hour for you. So let's go ahead and spool these birds up and get rolling. Like I said, I'm going to let these engines spool for a second. And Lazerbolt's rolling. Fingers crossed. We are going to turn left to a heading of 122, 127, something like that. 12 something. This is going to be tight. It's not looking super good right now. It's going to be close. I'm pulling back as hard as I can. Yay, just barely got that nose off the ground. Okay. Let's go. Of course, with all the extra horsepower on that Dirty 30 there, Wingnut Bob didn't have no trouble at all.
No, I kind of launched up into space here.
You got 6 props, extra horsepower, and a whole bunch of electronics. Alright, here. It's a nice little group flight here tonight. I think we got 7 or 8 pilots. That's the way to go right there. Once again, a great selection of aircraft too. All these birds look really good together. Once again, let's climb to 10,000 just to get that extra ground speed going on. We're running a little late, but are we really running late when we don't have a schedule anyway? The sun is getting close to going down around here on my end. It's going to be a very nice last leg. It's already beautiful. I've got my time at 15:11. Jeez. Gets dark early around here, doesn't it? Looks like by 5 o'clock it's probably going to be dark already.
Oh, I lost internet connection there for a moment.
Ooh, but it came back on you, huh?
Yep.
Good deal. Crossing 8,000 for 10,000. Good news is this final airport, it has an ILS. I will share those details when we get up to cruising altitude. Actually, it's a pretty simple ILS. It's 111.1. Very creative. Alrighty, I got to 10,000 in a hurry because I'm climbing unnaturally fast. Alright, holding just over 10,000.
I don't know if that C-17 is bugged, but I tried twice taking off. As soon as I leave the ground, it's like I get this alarm that's like saying crash, crash, crash over and over again.
Oh no, maybe it just wasn't comfortable taking off in that short of a runway.
It did it. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was like a tail strike at one point, but I tried it again and it was clean, so.
Yeah, I think that the C-17 is designed to get out of pretty short runways. It's part of the whole point of it. It's designed to be a competitor with the C-130. Alrighty, trying to hold that 250. We're on our way. Beautiful evening here. Well, I'm looking at those pictures you put up there, Bob. What's that last picture there? What's that all about? That was an airplane parked at that last airport?
Oh no, sorry, I was going to mention that. That's the B-25 Mitchell. I just
Oh. Let me show that on the stream
the
here.
silver one there is sitting at the Herbert Field, and that's why you see C-130s in the background.
Yeah.
But it's the B-25 that I just bought.
Dude, that's dope. That's the one you said they just had an update for it, or it didn't even need it?
The B-17 just had
the
some
17.
updates. And I think the B-25 did too recently.
So that's pretty good. What kind of speed range does this thing have? That's cool.
I think
185 knots.
Okay. Basically could keep up with the 47.
Oh yeah.
They're all from the same era anyway. Very cool. Very cool. That would be a great one to fly in a C-47 flight. We'll do a Goonie Bird flight one of these days. I love that.
Yeah.
So you're saying those C-130s in the background, that's just part of the scenery?
Yeah.
Cool.
Herbert Field and Pope Air Force Base, Pope Army Airfield now. But well, I don't think it is. I think this is an add-on.
Okay. I see they got the old-fashioned Hercules going on there with the four-bladed props. It's probably an H version. Very cool, man. I love it.
They even have some gunships sitting in some of them.
Oh, the AC?
Yeah, the AC-130.
Really? It probably looks better than the Captain Sim one. Well, the Captain Sim one looks great, but the cockpit is completely wrong.
Yeah.
And they admit that. It's not like, boy, those guys suck. No, they get it. They know. They know. They even say so when you go to buy it. That this is basically a fictional aircraft. It just looks like an AC-130, but it is not. Yeah, that's cool. I like that, man.
You can see some in the further background behind those. There's a whole apron full of the C-130s. If you look further back behind those two.
Oh, yeah. Over to the left? Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different paint job even.
Yeah, they're the gray.
Yeah, cool. They still look like they got the 4 props.
They do.
That is very cool. What's the airport here? Or what's the air base you're talking?
This one is at Herbert Field
Herbert Field.
in Florida,
Okay.
close to Pensacola Naval Air Station.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've been
Yeah,
to
they
I've been to the
got
Naval
their
Air Station. I've been to their museum.
Just down the road.
Pretty
That's
awesome.
where I was stationed at.
Yeah. Really. Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. The museum there, the Naval Air Museum they got. Some great stuff.
Yeah.
That's the one that when I was there, they had one of those albatrosses, the Grumman albatross.
Oh,
They had one of those parked
I like
outside.
that bird.
They couldn't fit it inside; it was too big.
And that tug there, I used to drive that a lot, towing airplanes too when I was the crew chief.
Yeah, get them to where they got to go.
Yeah.
All right, how about some airport information about our last stop of the evening? We're on our way to Pattimura. And what do we got here? We're going to Whiskey Alpha Papa Papa. When we get there, we're taking runway 4 because it's kind of straight in and it is an ILS. So, as I mentioned earlier, the frequency for that ILS approach is 111.1. Whole bunch of ones going on, so count on that. It is 8,000, almost 8,200 feet of asphalt, plenty big enough. No elevation to worry about 50 feet. But that runway 04 is at a heading of 044 degrees. Count on that, 044 degrees at 111.1. Go ahead and put that in right now. Ones all the way down the row.
And 044.
044 magnetic.
Okay.
It's not really straight in, but it's close enough. It's as straight in as the other way is. Alright, hopefully I'll be able to grab that glide slope this time. I don't know what I did wrong last time. It did the localizer, but it did not do the glide slope. Make sure I've got that beam coupler. Got the beam coupler set to AFF. That's about all you can do. The skies right now are just outstanding. And the way it all reflects off the water.
Still in bad weather, Longhorn, having a hard time keeping up.
Yeah, I wonder if I broke my plane.
You know, you might have. I didn't even think about it. When you were at that last airport, it would. Well, you can do it while you're in the air, but you can look over at that to the left side. There's that the clipboard. There's an option on the clipboard for cold dark start and ready to fly. You can click ready to fly and it'll fix everything. But fingers crossed while you do it. Well, one thing it'll do is it might erase your flight plan, but you're already going the right way anyhow.
There's also a failures. Check your tablet there to see if there's any failures.
That's true. You can probably just uncheck them, can you?
Yeah.
And
It
you
just deployed my flaps, dropped down
Yes.
my heads-up display.
Yep. Yeah, yeah. You must have hit the ready to fly part. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
I used to have to do that all the time though. Before that last update, I used to have to do it all the time because it used to be like as soon as I would lift my wheels off the ground, all my instruments would just go screwy. Nothing would work. I could still control the plane, but nothing would work. And if I'd go really quickly while trying to hold the airplane in just the right position and look to my left and try to click that button, it would fix it. But just like you said, it would deploy your flaps. You got to hurry up and deal with that before they break, and other stuff. It brings down the heads-up display. But at least everything is just like brand new once you do that.
I lost internet connection. I fell back.
Oh no.
I'm catching you though. I'm doing 280.
I'm wondering if that's
airspeed.
an issue with the server itself, because your Discord comms are great. We didn't lose you there, but like maybe the actual West server has a little issue. There's too many
No,
people
I
on the
lost
West
internet.
server.
I lost everything. It's
Oh, you lost it all.
Yeah, it disconnected me from Discord and Flight Sim.
Oh, okay. You don't have any
But it
bad
saved
weather
it
going on, do you?
For some reason, it saved it. It brought me right back in as soon as it reconnected.
Oh, right on. You don't got bad weather going on over there, do you?
No.
Nothing that would do that anyway.
Yeah, I'm still just locked in at 224. It said there's no failures present.
It must be just you're in live weather and maybe you're just fighting the winds.
Yeah, your wind speeds
Must be.
are.
Yeah, my ground speed's a little
Oh,
higher
hey,
right now.
Mia.
I'm at 292.
Yeah, I can see Mia. I can see that big bright light on the belly of that airplane.
Yeah, isn't
But,
that? It's weird. That's another thing that I don't know if that's a bug they need to fix. But that light is the same size no matter how far away or how close you are. If you're close, it looks like a giant basketball, and if it's 5 miles away, it still looks like a giant basketball. So that might
It's
be something
bright,
they're
isn't
still
it?
trying
Yeah.
to tweak. Looks real good, though. I got me up here, kind of holding just above me, a little bit back. Looking good. I love these birds together. These clouds
I
are
might have-
amazing.
Might have found the issue with why I've got to go back and invert my nose wheel steering.
Ooh, what's that
every
about?
time I fly this. There's a setting that I haven't noticed before under the aircraft to link rudder to nose wheel steering. And it wasn't selected.
Oh, that might be it.
So I just turned it on. So now we'll see if when I go to land, if I go the opposite direction. When
Right.
Because I had to invert my nose wheel steering when I first took off. So now we'll see if I can turn that back off, and now maybe I don't have to keep turning it on every time I jump in this plane.
Oh, that'd be handy. Because the Dirty 30 does remember what you do. A little bit too much, if you ask me. Sometimes it's too far. Like I said, the last time I flew, I was flipping a bunch of switches just trying to figure out what they were, and spinning dials and all this. And then 4 days later, you launch the sim again, and everything's still screwed up. Because I was over here being Johnny Toggle, flipping everything in the world, and now my aircraft ain't ready to go.
I was just going to say that, man. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Johnny Toggle, I love that one. That's a great word.
I used to get on to the people coming out on the flight line, messing with my airplane, flipping switches. Hey, all right, Johnny Toggle, get off
Yep.
the damn switch.
Oh, some people just can't resist, I'm sure. You know what I mean? They, as soon as they go into a cockpit, they start flipping stuff just to, just because. It's like, hey, man, don't touch. All right, looks like we're just over halfway there.
Yep, showing 80 miles.
80 miles. Thank you, sir. You drinking one of them chocolate mudslides?
Yes, sir. And some barbecue pork rinds.
Oh man,
Mm-mm.
living the good
Not
life
having
over
chicken?
there.
What was that, Longhorn?
You're not having chicken?
I don't think the wife
Trying to
would
get me
allow
in
that.
trouble, aren't
Well, that's cool. I can see Die for Fun now. I don't know if they switched airplanes or whatever it is. I can see Crow Air. I can see everybody. Wonderful. Whatever it is, the multiplayer sim gods just decided to throw us a bone. The one thing I didn't try doing was the fixes about 90% of the problems. If you just switch servers and then switch back, a lot of times that fixes multiplayer issues. A lot of times it causes multiplayer issues.
you? Yeah, I'm still not seeing their airplanes. I see their name
Really?
tags.
Oh yeah, I got
still don't
airplanes,
see
airplanes, name tags, everything. It's looking real good on the stream.
Good.
Oh, I see. I think Die for Fun switched aircraft. In that Asobo SF-50. Nice. Oh, you know what that? Gosh, it kind of looks like. What's that? Vision Jet? Kind of looks like that. I'm not sure if that's what he's in, but it looks like a Vision Jet. It's got that V-shaped tail on the back.
Huh. I still show his name tag as an F-35.
Yeah, it says that too. So it's confusing. It's saying at least two different aircraft, but I see him in, like I said, it looks like a Vision Jet. I don't know if that is a substitution.
Must be.
Dark colored, but it also says Asobo something or other. Like he switched airplanes, but it still
Crow Air's
remembers
in
that
a
F-35.
VL-32. What is that?
I don't know. Is that Vision Jet? Because it really looks like it, man. Crow
Looks
Air
like
up here in a
Godfriend's little
737 looking
turboprop
sharp.
airplane.
Oh, it's a. I don't see your plane. I just see it says VL-32 or VL-3T.
I don't know why it's
That's a
not
turboprop?
737.
Huh. Whatever it is, it's very maneuverable. He was doing some rolls up here, and it was pretty maneuverable. Well, I can tell you're not actually in a 737, Crow Air.
Yeah.
I don't think a 737 would do that quite as smoothly as you just did. What's it say? Now you're on the VL3T. Okay. Okay, I was talking about who's that other pilot? Fun to Die or something like that.
Yeah, Die for Fun.
Die for
he's
Fun.
I think he's the one that's still showing to me as an F-35.
Right. Yeah, I said he's the one that I see. It looks like a Vision Jet, but it is super maneuverable, whatever it is. Gosh, what a great looking view. These are just, the colors are amazing. I think you guys are going to be in next week's thumbnail.
Yeah, what is the plan for next week?
Next week, we're going to take off from this island, and at least our second stop will be in Papua New Guinea. Actually, I think there's a difference between Papua New Guinea and New Guinea. We're going to be in New Guinea. I think that's what they call the major area. The whole area is called New Guinea, and then the chunk at the north is Papua New Guinea, or something like that.
So
We're
wait
going
a
to
minute, if
be
we
in New
crash-
Guinea. Yeah, that thing's
if we-
fast. Whatever it is, that's no Vision Jet. That thing's fast.
So if we go down there, are the cannibals going to get us?
Well, hopefully they stay away from the airports. I don't think there's a whole lot of airports going on there. But yeah, they're saying that's the thing. That's one of the least well-mapped areas on Earth, because it's like places like the Amazon isn't particularly well mapped because of the dense foliage and stuff, but it's still, there's maps. But Papua New Guinea is as thick of a jungle as the densest Amazon, and it's all mountains. So it's like really unmapped. I mean, it's very, there's very rural places if you want, and yeah, it's just a lot of the places around there. If you wander too far away and start heading off into the mountains, they might not take too kindly to that. They don't like outsiders, and they might have you for dinner.
So mosquito repellent wouldn't do you any good there.
No, probably not. Just a good compass that'll lead you right back to your hotel room. That's all you need. I don't know. A lot of these foreign countries where they're like, don't stray too far, I'm like, no problem. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I'll stay right here, man. Also, one of the things in Papua New Guinea, I don't know if there's any connection with the name Guinea and guinea pig, but guinea pig is a very common staple around there. They eat guinea pigs like they're going out of style. Like we eat chickens and stuff, they eat guinea pigs all the time. And they're not the only place. There's lots of countries that eat guinea pigs. Apparently they're pretty good. And they're super easy to raise. So we've got to be getting somewhat close, maybe 50, 40 miles, something like that.
45.
45. Yeah, once again, I'm going to bring my altitude down just a little bit here. Bring it down to about 4,000. Try to get set up for that the glide slope. Like I said, my localizer worked perfect last time, but the glide slope did not engage. Make sure I'm underneath it. Well, I was underneath it. It just never grabbed it when it came through. I wasn't very lined up, though. I think I was way off to the side, and it just said, no way, man. Also, before too long, maybe another 10 miles, I'm going to go, I don't know, about 20 degrees to the right. Help line up with that runway 04. Yeah, I'm really digging how almost every week we have a new pilot or two with us. This is very cool. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate everybody indulging us and dying for fun. Like I said, so far also, we've been very lucky that we haven't had to implement some kind of a vetting process to where we have to worry about who joins us on Discord. Because I remember back in the good old days when there was 20 or 30 people flying every week, there was always problems. But back then we used TeamSpeak, and TeamSpeak was a whole different problem with trying to deal with people that were being a problem. For some reason, I don't know if it's just the simple fact that on Discord you have to actually sign in, you have to have like a login account and all that kind of stuff. That might discourage people from getting banned all over, you know, because back in TeamSpeak people didn't care. They would give themselves a name, they would come in, they would be complete idiots in every possible way. You'd get rid of them, and a minute later they'd come back with a different name. And they'd be a complete idiot all over again. You know, we have to have people on staff just to deal with that every single flight. And we haven't had to deal with that at all since Discord came around. And I know it happens. I've watched streams where it happens and they had to like ban people or at least mute them. But knock on wood, everybody's been rather civil and everybody's got their head on straight. And we haven't had to have much vetting going on. Yeah, I appreciate everybody playing along. Getting the whole point of a Friday flight, man. Let's just have a good time. Always like when somebody like Crow Air right now is managing to hold formation with me as I'm descending. It's not easy to do. Nice. Nice roll there, buddy. I am going to turn a few degrees here to the right. Yeah.
So 28 out.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just picked up the telemetry from that runway. So I'm going to turn significantly to the right. How about 165? Heading of 165. Descending through 6,000. We're a target of 4,000. This is great. I just like the whole different lighting scheme going on, flying in the evening as opposed to morning. Very cool looking. Die for Fun is over here flying inverted. Good beans. Look at him go. Oh, we got Crow Air inverted. Yeah, we got like the Blue Angels flying with us tonight. Look at you guys. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a Vision Jet, but I don't think a Vision Jet handles like that. That's pretty cool. I'm just stoked that I can see anything. Remember that guy a couple weeks ago? I think his name was Alpha Sim. Kind of an older guy like us, flew with us, and he was just getting used to flying, and it was like one of the first times he ever flew with people, and his enthusiasm was very cool. He was really amped about the fact that he could fly with people, and he could see everybody, and we could talk together, and it was all new to him, and his enthusiasm was precious. Wow, this might be the thumbnail next week. Really make people scratch their heads. 737 inverted, flying next to a Vision Jet inverted, over a C-130. Okay, I blew past my 4,000. I'm going to go ahead and level out here. It's going to be more like 3,000. I'm too busy watching the show. Alright, so far so good. Looking alright on the approach here. I'm still far from turning final on my base leg right now. I am within 20 miles. I have that, got that glide slope indicator again. Oh yeah, I even have my miles indicator working properly, so good deal. 17 miles, base leg. Alright, I think it's time for me to turn final here. least get lined up a little better with that runway before I engage the freaking ILS. I maybe even shot past it just a little, but we're good. We've got a better approach than we did last time. Oh, look at you guys.
Well, mine just now caught the glide slope, it says.
Good deal.
I'm in total darkness here. I had the thermal landing lights on.
Oh, really? It's that dark for you? It got dark early. Like I said, I think it's kind of dark by 5 o'clock around here.
But it's cool. The C-130 has a really cool green lighting on the inside.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole cockpit turns green.
Yeah, it does. Yep, I enjoy that. Alright, I'm still underneath the glide slope. Like I said, I went down a little extra far this time, so I shouldn't catch it quite as early this time. I think I am easily ready to engage that localizer. Here we go, fingers crossed. Localizer engaged, let's go. Hopefully the glide slope latches on just as easily as this did. Longhorn, have you yet watched that video I made about doing ILS landings and cold dark startups on that Dirty Birdie, that Dirty 30 there? I mainly ask just because a lot of the issues I kind of cover in that video, and I show you a workaround for how to engage the ILS without it flipping out on you. It's basically just the order of things you do it in. If you do the order just right, it won't flip out on you like that.
Well, it didn't flip out on me. It was just that I had the course set completely wrong.
Right.
Once I set it right, it got kind of in the direction of the airport. It captured the glide slope and the VOR.
My glide slope just engaged, and I'm coming in. Dope.
Yeah, mine
Success.
worked really well this time. Real smooth.
But
Yeah,
to answer
good
your
deal.
question, no, I haven't.
Oh, get right on.
Only because I've got to like prioritize my time to do it. If I sit out there
I
in
hear
the
you.
living room and watch it, my wife will like get pissed off and leave the room. As
She
soon as
won't
I'm
like
running
that?
Flight Simulator on there.
She won't let you fly on
Storms
Fridays.
Oh no, she lets me fly on Fridays, but she doesn't let me watch like flight sim videos on YouTube or anything.
Right. Well, I get it. That's not for everybody. But seriously, I do, because you know how when it on the Dirty 30, the way that I used to, I think that's the way we all kind of still do it. It latches on to the localizer and the glide slope at the same time, and sometimes it can be a bit abrupt. It'll shoot you up in the air, or it'll be a little weird. But if you do it in the right order, it'll first latch onto the localizer, and then it'll straighten you out, and then it will grab onto the flight path there, the descent path. So like I said, it's just kind of an order of operations that over testing it like hardcore for a couple weeks to get that video made, I realized, wait a minute, if I do it this way, it works pretty good. Because that I had a big problem with that. Every single time it would latch onto the localizer, it would turn you violently one way or the other and do the glide slope at the same time. It wouldn't do them separately.
I'm just about ready to land here. Man, it's bringing me in nice and smooth.
Right on. I got a perfect approach. I can see you about a couple miles ahead of me. Looking good too. For once, I'm not coming in high and fast. That's kind of nice.
Wish there was a way to adjust the course without having to go into approach mode.
Well, you do it with your heading bug.
Yeah, but once you switch over to approach mode, then whatever was in there's preset for the course is usually completely different. So I actually have to hit approach, and then I can dial in the course dial to dial in like for 44.
Right. What I usually
I set
do
that
is,
way in advance.
yeah, I'll do the course hold and all that kind of stuff, and I have my heading hold selected. I'm on the heading bug before I hit the approach hold button, and that way, once you hit the approach hold button, instead of it just doing it, it arms it. And you'll notice on that little display on the left it says approach armed, and the glide slope armed, GS armed. And that way it will only grab onto the localizer once you cross path with it, and it will only latch onto the glide slope once you cross paths with it. Make sense? Like I said, it's, but that way it also, once you enter your course heading, it'll stay there. It won't get knocked out of it at all. It'll remember your course heading the whole way. Yeah, it did get dark around here in a hurry. Like in the last just couple minutes as we were landing, the sun's down now. It's dark. Might bring it back just a couple minutes so you can see what's going on. And once again, you move it back 1 minute and it's like a completely different time of day. I wonder if it does that because we crossed a time zone or something. You know what I mean? Did we cross a time zone somewhere along the way, and now when I move it back a minute, it moved it back an hour and a minute?
I don't know, like Longhorn said, I didn't see a sign.
Oh, right. Don't put those up in the Air Force, do they? Die for Fun coming in, looking like a pro up in here. Got Mia Scully right behind. Always looking good, professional. Yeah, that C-130 Dirty 30 there, that Blackbird one, that's kind of tricky to come in and land. You really got to watch your throttle. If you pull it down just a little bit too much, it'll like instantly stall. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got to keep it just in that right zone for landing. Otherwise, you'll just stall. It stops the
And
blades and
remember
you're
to
just
turn
done.
off auto throttle too.
Yes, don't forget the auto throttle.
That got me last time.
Yeah, nice
Skinny
job,
runway.
Mr. Newbie. Everybody's on the ball tonight.
Yeah, we got some good pilots here.
Yeah, we do. Including Longhorn got that thing down. Nice and short, too. Wonderful. Yeah, guys, next week, this is where we're taking off out of. This is the last time we're going to be in Indonesia. Next week, Papua New Guinea, here we come.
Nice.
And then the southern tip of Papua New Guinea is almost touching the northern tip of Australia. So in maybe a week or two, we will be in Australia. That'll be fun.
I couldn't figure out why my plane wouldn't move, but I didn't realize when I hit that button for ready to fly or whatever.
Uh-huh.
It also put my parking brake on.
Oh, yep. Yeah, it does all that, and it's weird how it does it midair. The thing that really bothers me is the flaps. It's like, man, I don't need that when I'm going 250 knots. It is pretty cool though how it leaves a trail in the grass when you walk around. Nice touch. Yeah, real nice flight tonight. I enjoyed that.
I'm gonna try this out and see if my nose wheel steering works now.
Oh yeah.
Didn't work.
It didn't fix it.
Nope.
Huh.
Because I could still steer. So, but I just went in and turned off the invert the steering axis,
Right.
and as soon as I did, I have no steering again.
Huh. Like it won't even turn the knob? Because I know if you're not actually moving forward, I can see your front wheels moving. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're moving in the opposite direction. That little wheel on the left of me. When I rotate my yoke to the left, it dials it to the right, and vice versa.
That could be real bad at the wrong time.
Yeah,
at least I can
well,
see
that's
it
why I got
moving.
to turn off the. Okay, yeah, that button or that setting for link rudder to nose wheel steering didn't seem to do anything. It has no bearing on it. Huh. Oh, what that does, that changes it from default to realistic. See, like I'm going to turn, like if I'm turning to the left, but my little wheel's spinning to the right.
Oh, okay. Right.
Unless I invert my axis.
Right, well, that's no big deal because you don't use that wheel anyway, right?
No, but I mean, it doesn't steer on the plane either. So if I don't invert the axis for it, then I have no steering on the ground.
That's very odd. Yeah, I've never had that. Of course, I've never tried flying the Blackbird in VR.
Well, it does it in either 2D or
Does it?
VR.
That's right. I've never had that. I've had other weird stuff, but not that weird stuff.
Yeah, I bet it must just be peculiar to my Cyborg 3D stick that I'm using, because now I just hit the invert axis, and now when I rotate it to the left, the dial or the wheel goes to the left now.
Yep, I can see it going to the left. Now it's going to the
Going
right.
to the right. Yep.
Yeah.
But I had to invert the. No other plane does that though. I mean, I've got probably 150 planes in my hangar, and not
it
a
doesn't
single
even
plane has ever done that.
Doesn't even make sense that you'd have to invert it to make it go the right way or to make it go any way. That's very bizarre. Yep. Little stuff like that. It's like I hope they're aware of it. I mean, somebody has to have that problem. Like I said, I don't know why I haven't. I don't think Bob either.
Well, you use rudders, don't you? Pedals?
No, I just have my twisty stick.
Oh, okay.
You know, the stick, I just twist it left and right for yaw.
Yeah, and that's what I have, and I have it set for my nose wheel steering is also set to my rudder. They're both set to the the Z-axis, I think, on this.
Right.
So when you twist the stick, it should turn your rudder or your nose wheel steering.
Right.
And it does for every plane but this one.
Yeah, all of them but that. Yeah, that's what makes me think it's a Blackbird issue. They're the only one having that problem.
Yeah, mine's not doing that. You can create a what do you call it? In your settings, your controls specific to the D30 or the Blackbird Sim C-130, and save those settings for that specific airplane, and it'll save every time.
But that's not a setting. That's not a setting that is particular to the Blackbird, though. There's only limited ones that are able to be set.
Yeah.
Are able to be saved to, like right now I've got it set for specific C-130J controls, and I've saved it to that, but that's not one. And I think it's got to actually. Let me see if I can find some of these. On that, let's see, flight control services. Okay, so when you select, okay, so you can make it all for airplanes, but for a particular air.
Your comms are kind of cutting out a little bit there, Longhorn. Well, guys and girls, this flight went a little bit longer than they normally do. So let's go ahead and call this evening. Yeah, like I said, next week we're taking off out of here. It should be a good time, like usual. We're going to end up in Papua New Guinea. Let's see here. Actually, we got a little message from Mr. Anderson himself. Mr. Anderson here says, I had to create a custom control setting for the D30 with a reversed nose wheel steering axis assigned in order to make it work. Yeah, that sounds like exactly what we're talking about right there. A custom control setting. Yeah. Yep. We'll keep working on that, and hopefully we'll get that squared away by next week. But yeah, next week, guys and girls, count on visiting Papua New Guinea, and we're going to have a good old time there on a Friday night. So everybody have a good rest of the weekend. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.